What's going on YouTube? It's your homie S. Dot coming back to you with another video. And today's video is going to be another BT13 match featuring myself playing ShineGreymon on the left and my opponent Izzy Cruz. Shout out to Izzy Cruz and Straw Hat Izzy on YouTube. I'll make sure to leave a link to his channel in the description down below. He is piloting Alphamon on the right. So of course the ShineGreymon deck is featured as the best deck in the format, and definitely the most played deck in the format. Expect to play 2 to 3, maybe even 4 of that deck in any given tournament. So let's see how Alphamon has resilience towards ShineGreymon in this format. Right now we pretty much have some nice setups going on here. I'm trying to luckily draw into a tamer here for the Geogray. The Geogray allows me to play a Marcus if I don't have one out in the field already, but unfortunately not drawn into one. But this deck is a really good play up front kind of deck. And speaking of Marcus, we actually just hit one. Kind of makes sense that I have one, maybe one or two hiding insecurity, especially if I haven't seen one of my 8 tamers this early in the game, because usually you do. It is what it is though. But moving on. He's going to swing the Ryu to hit into the Marcus, and he's going to play a Black Memory Boost. Of course, I was looking at my field, my bad, when he searched the card for the Black Memory Boost. But he does have a Son of Riza in the back. He's not ready to pop off anytime soon. He might need a Digimon, the level 4 Digimon, in order to start, really going off in future turns. I'm going to Digivolve into the Rise Gray in the front. Rise Gray is going to gain me a memory, so it's essentially a 2-cost this turn. And don't really have anything crazy going on this turn. One thing I can see myself doing is maybe playing the BT. Oh, never mind. We're just going to play a memory boost, going to grab a burst mode. In this build, I'm only playing 2 burst modes, so I grabbed 1 because out of the 2, obviously, I'm not going to definitely see that by the end of the game. So we definitely have to grab a burst mode there no matter what. Going to play a Cool Boy and Digivolve into the Daruga in the back. So I'm definitely most likely going to pop off on my next turn. And but my field's looking kind of wide already. It's not game by any means. Well, I'll take that back. You know what? It could be. If I did have the Shine here. Let's see. I got the Ruin mode, so Ruin mode's going to be pretty good here. I got a pretty good setup depending on which Shine I have here. The BT11 or BT12 Shine would, or is it BT11? BT11 or 12 Shine would be really strong here to -3 on the security and then give my Marcus security attack +1. And I'm going to gain a memory. I got a bunch going on here, so I guess I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I'm actually just going to swim with the Marcus, going to gain the memory. I think I wanted to utilize the Rise to make my Marcus die on purpose. I probably could have Digivolved, but I actually wanted to stay at 3K and get essentially get a check, gain a memory, and put it on top of security to recover. I'm going to play out another Marcus, going to play out a 4-cost Marcus, going to pop the memory boost, go back up to 3. We're going to Digivolve into Shine. Shine's going to go to 0, going to -3 on his security. And now we have Sec +1, and yep, I do have the burst mode we saw. I got it earlier. We know I got the Ruin mode as well, but we're going to go into burst mode. This actually, I think, is game. I think I had to solitaire this out because I couldn't see it at first, but I think, yeah, ooh, geez, okay. So the Marcus is going to come back out and then Digivolve the second level 5 into a Shine Ruin mode. So we got a burst mode of Shine, which doesn't happen often, and this just displays some of the, insane strength of the deck if your opponent doesn't get going soon enough. And not only do we have the burst mode, of course we saw myself get the Ruin mode earlier, so we're also going to Digivolve into the Ruin mode, and we're going to trash the burst mode, which is just an insane turn. This goes to show why Shine is the best deck in the format. That's probably one of the craziest turns you're actually going to ever see in Shine. Moving on to game 2, he's going to have me start, which I was telling him later on that I actually think you want to start going first. Similar to how, shout out to the guy, to the Japanese player in my Royal Knight video, how he was saying that most decks want to go first this time around, and I agree. Or in this format, you don't want to Shine to go first, especially because of a turn like this. Them having double rookie is just really strong, so you actually don't want them to go first, because on my follow-up turn I could go into a Geogray that can essentially get out, tamers. Like I said, this deck is really good at playing up front. I'm going to use the Geogray. Geogray is going to have the best case scenario here. This is what I'm talking about. We're going to hit a Marcus. Marcus is going to gain me a memory and draw a card from the Augu Inheritable. Then I'm also going to Digivolve into another Geogray and put him at 1. So we can see how efficient this deck is playing up front. Again, this deck is not an efficient. Sometimes it does have to play build up in the back, but it's not old school build up a 3, 4, 5, and a 6 in the back. You actually start playing up front with this deck. So keep that in mind when playing ShineGreymon. This deck is not scared to play up front, and it can play up front better than any other deck this format because of the DP minus effects, and can get rid of your opponent's board and really establish tempo for your side. He's going to raise the Digimon. Digimon is going to... It's amazing that this Alphamon deck is... this is one of the first decks that we really had that can really ramp up into a Mega. Granted, I guess it came out in BT9, so because of X Antibody, a lot of decks were able to, ramp up into a Mega pretty fast. But it's amazing how this deck can even ramp up into a Mega without anything but even just a minimal Black Memory boost, which I think is really strong. Gonna use the D-Brigade. D-Brigade is gonna tuck a card, and we're gonna dump the rest of those. No, actually, he ended up missing, which was really unfortunate. I think I remember us talking about this. Is like that's the worst case scenario for that D-Brigade to actually just straight up miss. I think you want to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and then tuck a X antibody under it to trigger your your Doraemon to draw a card, and Dorumon if you have it. Just a really unfortunate situation. That doesn't happen often, but just lucked up there. He is gonna get a Doraemon X antibody from his trash, and tuck it under, and then de-digivolve one of my Geogrades. He's gonna end up getting rid of the Geograde that gains memory. It makes sense. He's gonna use the Doraemon in the turn effect to add a Dorumon under there to gain a memory. So he's gonna stay at 0 here. And he can actually go into Oryuken, but this Oryuken wouldn't be that strong because first of all he has to digivolve for 7, and he can probably put back 5 or 6 sources to put me at 1, but it's just not a position that you want to be in based off of again how the game went. Just unfortunate, but he's gonna go into it for 7. Gonna delete my Geogray. So yeah, he stymies my combo from going on. And actually, I take that back. He only has to like give rid of 4 sources to put me back at my 3, which is very efficient because then on his next turn he can use the Oryuken mode to tuck another card, or the D-Brigade inheritable to tuck another X antibody Digimon that could trigger those, and then also trigger the Oryuken effect, which is really good. I think there is a ruling on like if you use the D-Brigade effect at the end of the turn, you can't use the Oryuken effect or something to that extent, but gonna still play up front here. Gonna digivolve the Agumon in the back, which is essentially like a hybrid for your Marcus, because that Agumon on your main phase allows you to allows you to raise one of your Marcuses and make it a Digimon for free, which is really good. So I can pay 1 for the Marcus and then pay 1, or no, excuse me, bring up the other Marcus for free. He's gonna swing with the Oryuken mode. I'm not really worried about this Oryuken mode. This is another reason why we got hit a memory boost. It's pretty good. He can't go up any higher, or Yugen mode is his in game, and I wasn't worried about, because he had the Digivolve and Raising, I wasn't worried about my Rise being outed this turn. Outside of the Oryuken play and the Alphamon play that de-digivolves, this deck doesn't like, and I guess the Oryumon that deletes the 7 cost or less, I'm not worried about him actually getting rid of my stack here. He's going to play Cool Boy. Cool Boy is going to end up passing me to 3 completely. He's going to... And my next turn is actually looking pretty scary depending on what my setup is. I mean, I have a pretty strong setup right here, so depending on what the makeup of my hand is, I might be able to do some cool stuff. He is going to decide to use the Oryuken effect, getting rid of a Dorumon, maybe 2 Dorumons and a Doragray. We'll see. Yep, okay, he's going to get rid of 3. Nope. Okay, he's just going to get rid of the Dorumon here to put him back at 1. Okay, so the Cool Boy put him to 1, and then I'll take it back. So it's not my turn yet. He's going to use the... yeah, again, I think you have to use the Oryuken effect first before you use the Doragray effect. I guess when you finally end your turn completely, then you can use the Doragreymon effect. I forgot exactly how the ruling goes, but... So we're going to pay 1 for the Marcus, go to 2, and then make the 5-cost Memory Tamer Marcus a Digimon for free. And all of a sudden we have a wide board because of the Marcus Punch. Shout out to the Punch. He does have 5 security. I'm not sure exactly if I can game him here, but I think we definitely should at least get rid of that Oryuken stack so we can make it at least 13k with the Marcus. And then we're gonna hit into an Oryuken, which we're fine with. So that's 2 Oryukens gone. We got 1 on the field that we're most likely gonna get rid of, and then we got an Oryuken there that's just got hit by security. I'm going to digivolve to Agumon X Antibody. Make sure order of operations. You notice I use the Agumon effect first to raise the Marcus. Then I use Agumon X Antibody, which is very efficient. Which is a very efficient way to use the Agumon X Antibody. And we let the Marcus die, so we know that no matter what, when the Marcus comes out of security, we'll be able to disrupt his turn slightly by minusing 3k on his Digimon, and then most likely gaining a memory also in this turn, which is really good. So I am going to swing and digivolve into Shine. Shine's going to minus another 3k on the Oryuken mode, and then we're going to do minus 3 on the security. Then 6k 2 checks. We end up clearing. We hit a Cool Boy though, so if we don't win this turn, he definitely has an insanely strong turn next turn. No matter what, I think we have to get rid of that Oryuken mode. It is minus 6k, 3 from the suspended 5k Marcus, or the 5-cost Marcus, and then 3 from the Shine. So it's at, like I said, it's at 10k right now. The Shine is going to have to swing over it. We're going to use Geograde first. Geograde knows... So I actually end up getting, that's interesting that I did this, maybe I did this for memory efficiency or for board efficiency here and try to set up another level 5. Because I knew the Marcus was in there, but the Marcus might have been better. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. It probably wouldn't have mattered. I probably did it because the Oryuken turn can like still get back its turn no matter what. When they end their turn after they go Oryuken, it doesn't really matter, and they'll be able to have so much memory to play with. And the Alphamon player, especially Izzy, being such a good player, is going to account for that and just like, okay, well, I just know I have one less memory to play with, so let me gain an abundant amount of memory before I attack into security. So I think I got it back out just so I can just have it to further extend my plays this turn. Obviously, if I had burst mode here, burst mode would just be insane and actually just game, which is again why this deck is the best deck in the format, because how it just has game so fast, just like out of nowhere. I'm not saying other decks don't, but this deck just does it the best. We are going to swing into the Oryuken mode. Oryuken's going to be, I think, minus 9k total. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill it with DP effects, but I just got rid of it completely anyway. And I'm going to digivolve into a Rise. Rise, I'm going to gain in memory, go to 0. Looking at this now, I don't agree with that play, but I probably think in my head at the time, I was like, bro, he has a memory boost and 2 cool boys. He's going to be able to get as much memory as he wants. I don't think it actually matters how much memory I give him, to an extent. You know, outside of like maybe 3. I didn't think it yet. So, okay, well, I still ended up giving him 1 anyway because I did have the memory boost. Makes sense. And as you can see, I didn't have the burst mode. I just got the burst mode, but we were just a little too slow on getting it. So, it is what it is there. But he is going to raise up the stack, and let's watch him go off. So he's going to go off with the Darugomon X Antibody. Or X, whatever. Is it X Antibody? I forgot exactly. It's been so long since I played it. But one of the most powerful plays in the game. Digivolve for free over your Darugomon, and then he's going to spend 2 cool boys to gain 2 memory, draw 2 cards, and he's also going to discard a card to gain another memory. So you gain 3 memory essentially. Then he's going to go into level 5, very classic. Obviously has to, well, usually a Greymon, and not just any Greymon. He has the limited to 1 Greymon. This gives security attack +1. And he also not only he has the Darugomon X that also digivolves 1 over a Greymon and deletes a level 4 or lower. So he can get rid of my entire board pretty much here, which is really good. So not sure I'm going to be able to come out of this if he gets rid of my whole field this turn. He is going to go into the Alphamon here, most likely. He looks like he has an Oryumon in his trash, which is where you want to be, because Alphamon from BT9 that allows you to tuck. Yep, he's going to go to 0. He's going to tuck a Oryumon from your trash, and this is exactly where you want to be, because this allows your Oryukenmon to digivolve for 3 over Alphamon with the Oryuken under it. We saw game 1, he was only able to digivolve for 7, or he had to digivolve for 7, because he unfortunately didn't have the Oryumon under it, but... So he has it floating out here, though. I'm not sure why he wouldn't want to get Oryumon, but I guess we'll find out. I forget. We definitely probably talking about it throughout the game, just a testing game. He got the Darugomon. He's actually going to swing over my... Oh, okay. So let's see what he's doing. He's probably going to still Oryumon me, Oryuken rather, and pass turn. The only thing I don't like about this, though, is that like he's not threatening game the next turns. Okay, so he actually ended up passing on that, which is interesting. I'm not sure about that. I mean, again, it's Izzy, and he knows what he's doing with the deck, but I forgot exactly. Looking on the outside, without me having what we were talking about, you know, on mute, obviously, so I can do the commentary. I'm not sure, but so not exactly sure what I'm gonna do here. I don't think it's game though next turn. But, oh, okay, so I do play the Agu go to 0. I raise up the Marcus that allow me to digivolve. I hit into a black memory boost, which doesn't do a lot for him this turn, but he could build another stack on the field because he also has the Coda that's going to put him at 3. So he's in a really good position. Plus, if he has the UG rather, he's going to be able to do a lot. Gonna digivolve into the Rise here. Again, we're floating the Rise up top, but he does have Oryuken though, or you can easily just body my my Rise, but I will say I'm pretty much threatening game on him next turn though, because if he doesn't beat me, I'll be able to beat him, because Congo and his Alphamon does not stop Marcus, because Marcus has no level, so Marcus bypasses all that, which is insane. Gonna go into an Ori or to a Ryudomon, pop the memory boost, and I have a feeling I know what's about to happen here. Yep, another Darugomon. That Darugomon is really good being on the 4 cost. Gonna go into Darugomon X Antibody here. And he's about to pop off yet again, because and this stack can't attack, but he'll be able to give one of his Digimon retaliation blocker, which is really good. And yeah, things about to definitely just pop off. Or Dex Darugomon, Darugomon and Dex Greymon. I keep calling him X, but we know it. You know, y'all know what I meant. Gonna evolve to another Greymon. This Greymon can't be DP reduced, so that's really good against Shine. He's gonna tuck a Dorumon under, gaining memory. And this match is really cool because it's definitely displaying what both decks can do at their full potential. Like, how many times do you usually see double Alphamon stacks? I think like usually the one Alphamon stack is good enough to control and win the game, especially when you have the D-Brigade under it with the security attack +1. So definitely in a really solid position. He is about to deck out though. I just saw him flash his deck and it's like, man, he drew so many cards. He's actually potentially about to deck out, and he also has 1 security. So again, he's in a position where I'm threatening 3 attacks minimum, no 4 attacks minimum, because I can pay 2 with the 2 Marcuses, go to 1, then I can use the Agumon main phase effect to make the 5 cost Marcus a Digimon 2. So all of a sudden I have 4 attacks. So I actually just think I just win no matter what if he doesn't beat me here at this turn. So it's pretty good. Doing some counting as a Darugamon. Again, that Rise Gray is in such a nice sweet spot, being 7k against a bunch of decks, against like Gallantmon and Royal Knights, because it can only hit 6k or less or 13k or higher. This deck is not good at getting rid of level 5s, but well, I take that back. The Alphamon essentially gets rid of my guy here, which is really good. And he's going to use the Greymon effect at the end of the turn to get another Dorumon under to gain another memory, which is so good. Then he's going to swing at security, going to hit for 2 checks. He does not unsuspend or anything here because he doesn't have a UG. And part of me feels like he really should have got that Oriyumon earlier, but maybe he didn't have enough attack. I think he added the Dorugamon under because it gave plus 1,000, I want to say. So so he could beat over my Shine because my Shine was at 12. So maybe that's why he did that. I'm not sure. But he is gonna swing. I'm gonna swing rather. And then I got a bunch of attacks to swing for game. He's not gonna be able to stop those, and it's gonna end up being a match. But that was a pretty good, like I said, display of how both decks can really just pop off. And Shine is just, you know, the big bad boogeyman in the format. All right, duelists, that's gonna do it for this set. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, consider liking the video. That helps me out a lot, helps the channel out a lot. So a very small reciprocation I'd appreciate from y'all if y'all can. And you know, if you even further like the video and you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so as well, because I'm going to be coming at you with some more content. I got a revamp of the channel in a sense. I want to start adding some other content outside of gameplay. Well, I take that back, it's essentially gameplay, but I got some things in the works. So be with me here for my vision and what I got coming up for y'all, which y'all know what it is. Y'all be blessed and have a great day and or night whenever you're catching this video. This is your homie S. Dot, heading out. Peace.